Hi guys, Mr. Saber here. Today we're going to be talking about writing linear equations. I am assuming that you already know how to calculate slope from the various versions of linear relations. So there's a video to watch if you do not already know that. We're specifically going to be writing linear equations in slope-intercept form, standard form, and point-slope form. So first, slope-intercept form. The favorite. You've seen this since 8th grade, maybe 7th grade. And m is, of course, the slope, b being the y-intercept. So we talked about how to find slopes from a y-intercept. We're looking for in a table where x equals 0. So we're looking for, say, it looks like this, x, y, and then 0, 4. So now that tells us that the y-intercept is 4. In a graph, we're seeing, okay, this is going to be our y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. And in a word problem, we're looking for a starting point. So usually x is going to represent time. If it doesn't, you want to figure out what x represents, but whenever x is 0, that'll usually be some sort of starting point, and that will give you your y-intercept. So that's how you find the y-intercept to write something in slope-intercept form. To write something in point-slope form, well, x1, y1 is any random point on the line, and m is once again your slope. So how to find a slope, I'm assuming that you already know how to do that, but from a table, you pick any random point. Say, if you see 3, 4, you can just put in 3 as x1, 4 as y1. It doesn't matter what the rest of the values in the table are to find the point, and then you find the slope the way you would normally find slope. For a graph, well, you've got a lot of points on a single graph. You can pick any random point that you can read and substitute those in as x1, y1. And for a word problem, we're looking for any snapshot. So when you know the x value and the y value are true at the same time, that's what you're looking for. If you want, you can use the y-intercept, but then you may as well be writing in slope-intercept form. In standard form, there are no special names for a and b or c. They're just called coefficients and the constant, but that's what we'd normally call them. And the idea is that we have two rates. You can even think of these as weights, telling you what the rate is on x, what the rate is on y, and they add up to some total. So for a table, you're really not going to want to write a standard form equation from a table or a graph. If you're going to, if you're asked to, you're going to want to write it as slope-intercept form or point-slope form first, and then convert it to standard form. But for a word problem, we want to find out the rate for x and the rate for y, and then the total, and that will give us A, B, and C. So let's do a few examples. Write the slope-intercept form of a line through the 2 points whose coordinates are 5, -2, and 1, 3. So we find slope first. And now, in order to find the y-intercept, we can plug in a point. So let's say 1, 3. 3 equals our slope, y equals m, x plus b. 3 is the same thing as 12 fourths, so this becomes 17 fourths equals b. So our final version would be y equals negative 5 fourths x plus 17 fourths. That's our slope-intercept form. The junior class is sponsoring a drama production to raise funds and plans to charge the same price for all admission tickets. The class has $700 in expenses for this production. If 300 tickets are sold, the class will make a profit of $1,100. What will be the profit if 500 tickets are sold? So we have 2 points as far as I can see. One is the number of expenses. We can see that 0, if they sell no tickets, then they're going to owe $700. So that's the same thing as 0, negative 700. And if we have 300 tickets, then that will earn a total profit of 1,100. Now we can do the exact same thing that we did before, but we can just use negative 700 as our y-intercept. So our slope is 6, and y equals negative 6x minus 700. I'm sorry, positive 6. I wrote positive 6 here. Should be positive 6. And if 500 tickets are sold, we plug in 500. We get out 3,000 minus 700 is 2,300. Premium Plus Ultra Paint costs $31.27 per gallon, while Marquee Paint costs $39.87 per gallon. 1 gallon covers 400 square feet. You have $150 to spend on paint and 1,400 square feet to cover. Write a system, maybe more than one equation, to describe these constraints. So we have 2 rates on 2 slightly different things. So those are our 2 rates. So that hints to me that we're going to be writing it in standard form. What is the total? I should put a y there. Well, we have $150 to spend. Now, hopefully you're thinking about this as we don't have to spend all $150, so this is technically going to be less than or equal to. Which isn't the point of this. We're talking about equations, but yes, it should be less than or equal to. And the other thing that we know is 1 gallon of paint covers 400 square feet, and either of these count. So how many gallons does 1 gallon of Plus Ultra? Well, 1. That's the rate. And the rate for the second one? Well, it's also 1. So we know that x plus y, the total amount of paint, has to be at least, oh, wait, no. The rates aren't that. The rates are both 400. 400 square feet for 1 gallon of x, 400 square feet for 1 gallon of y. And that has to be at least 1,400. So this is our system of inequalities to describe the constraints. Thank you.